Greetings to everyone world over. We extend a very warm welcome to all our brothers and sisters across the globe. There are 31.46 million Indians abroad, world over, in different countries, in different continents, in different time zones, in different wellness conditions. The whole world has passed through very difficult times, and everybody for 2 years, we had such a challenging times. Now the world is moving on, things are becoming better. Hope you are taking care of yourself, your family, your neighbors, your community, your society, your civilization. And of course, the world is one family, Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. That's the way we all look at it. Now, what can bring change in humanity, in society, equality? All the time when we see different verticals, तो नेल्सन मंडेला जी का एक ही ध्यान आता है, एजुकेशन, एजुकेटर्स, टीचर्स, काउंसलर्स, एजुकेशन इकोसिस्टम्स, ट्रेनर्स, मास्टर ट्रेनर्स, कोच, मेंटर्स, कोई भी नाम ले लीजिए आप, ये सब नाम, क्योंकि हम तो फौज की बैकग्राउंड से हैं, तो हम उस्ताद भी कहते हैं उन लोगों को जो हमारे टीचर होते हैं, कि हमारे जो उस्ताद हैं जिन्होंने हमें ट्रेन किया. आज हम इस यात्रा में आगे चल रहे हैं, and today we have got 1497th webinar during this pandemic. We have not taken a break even for a single day. Sometime we have been organizing even 6 webinars per day to reach out all the continents when we had the thick of pandemics. So ladies and gentlemen, today when we talk about education, educators, teachers, mental health and mental wellness is also very important. Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji on 1st February, she made an announcement of mental health. So we would like you all should remain happy. Meet the trainers of MEPSC Sector Skill Council. They're doing wonderful job. Colonel Anil Kumar Pokhriyal. This evening, we extend a very warm welcome to Shri Bhupender Ranjan ji. He is the CEO, Global Nexus. He's joining us from Uttar Pradesh. They just had election, and I'm sure the state is settling down. We are also been joined by Shri Sumit Giriji. He is the General Manager, Operations and Business Development, SGAP Private Limited, Haryana. Now, Haryana is also a beautiful state. It is surrounding Delhi from all directions. And when you cross Gurugram, तो लगता है कभी आप टेक्सास में हैं, कभी लगता है आप न्यूयॉर्क में हैं, कभी लगता है सैन फ्रांसिस्को में हैं, कभी लगता है फ्रिजनो में है, कभी लगता है सैक्रामेंटो में है, और कभी कभी लगता है सियाटल में, और कभी लगता है कि हम यूनिवर्सल स्टूडियो खुल रहा है और कैलिफोर्निया में है. ऑल टुगेदर डिफरेंट. और भूपेंद्र जी भी पीछे नहीं है, क्योंकि जो इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट है वो भूपेंद्र जी नोएडा में लेकर आ रहे हैं, और साथ ही में आपकी जो इंटरनेशनल फिल्म सिटी बन रही है 1000 एकड़ में, वो भी नोएडा में आ रही है, which is going to be the game changer for the youth. So ladies and gentlemen, Wednesday, 16th of March, 2022, we extend a very warm welcome to all of you. International Chamber for Service Industry, which is a link between India, our Indian diaspora, non-resident Indian, and the leading corporate houses. We extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you to Colonel Anil Kumar Pokhriyal. We are brother officers from the uniform. We have served the armed forces together, and now in the civil, whatever best we can contribute outside of the army clothes, in civil clothes, let's serve the humanity, whatever we can do in a humble way. Our chamber, ICSI, it focuses on services sector, service industry. We are thankful to Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. We have done about 12 verticals with their entire team. The Joint Secretary used to lead the team. And that time, Rita Teotia ji, the Honorable Secretary in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. And there were 12 identified sectors, champion sectors of service industry. Madam Nirmala Sitharaman ji that time was taking care of Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. We are proud to be a part of this service industry campaign. From there, we moved on to Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise. We are grateful to Honorable Finance Minister of India that the efforts which we had been putting for 3.5 years with the Ministry of MSME, it saw the daylight. And on 13th of May 2020, Madam made an announcement that here onward, the services sector now will be at par with the manufacturing sector. We are grateful to that time the Secretary, Ministry of MSME, Additional Secretary MSME, Joint Secretary MSME, all of them and their team, everybody, they worked very hard. And Pan India, we thought we will take the vision ahead and we will work out and we'll plan it out. Ladies and gentlemen, education, skills, micro, small and medium enterprise, they are inseparable. शिक्षा, कौशलता और उद्यमिता, इनको जब हम लेकर चलते हैं, ICSI has got an action plan because Honorable Prime Minister of India announced Atmanirbhar Bharat. That is possible when we have women empowerment, when we adopt technology, and when we focus on education, skills, training, vocationals. Everything has to be taken together the best possible way, all of us. We are proud, our chamber, we brought India's first finishing school for service industry way back in 1994. And I'm also in a very humble way grateful to Government of India, which allowed me, I'm the first person to move on deputation from the regular Indian Army to the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India on deputation. And we set up the National Institute for Tourism. And we also drafted with our team India's first MBA tourism curriculum, the complete program. The chamber also brought youngsters, youth, and particularly tribal youth, far-flung areas youth, villages youth, rural area youth, border youth, and with them the teachers together in this finishing school. All of us, we have been working in that particular direction, the best possible way, whatever we could do from our chamber. 25th of March 2020, complete lockdown by Honorable Prime Minister of India. And we took a pledge from the chamber that we will be taking care of education and skill vertical. And we started focusing on making education relevant. We have come a long way, teachers and youth empowerment, right from 25th of March till date, we are working in this direction. ICSI is doing hand-holding in all respects, working with various sector skill councils, because we need mental wellness, physical wellness, environmental wellness, community wellness, and of course, the entire humanity wellness. During the thick of pandemic, our great salutation and regards to Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji. He gave the clearance to the new education policy on 29th of July 2020. What a mind-blowing policy. After 34 years, this policy which has come. Can you believe that right from the 6th class onward, children, they can go for coding? They can have 10 days backless school and all your extracurricular, co-curricular, sports, dance, music, everything. Everything has become the integral part of education ecosystem, and skills have become more important than pure theoretical education. 37 sector skill councils with the NSDC and along with the NCVET, they are doing great job. We are thankful to Dr. Nirmaljeet Singh Kalsi ji, the chairperson of the NCVET. He was very kind to deliver the keynote address at our annual convention on 13th of January this year in the virtual mode, when 131 countries participated in our annual convention. And the theme was India becoming leader, moving ahead in education, skills, competencies, capabilities, and MSME sector. Now, the finishing school, which was brick and mortar in 1994, during the pandemic has become totally digital. It has become e-Gurukul, and we are always taking, why don't we bring happiness in education ecosystem? Why not education to be relevant to our day-to-day life, day-to-day living? So ladies and gentlemen, long time back, Napoleon Hill wrote one book, Think and Grow Rich. Do go through that, you'll enjoy. The opening sentence is, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let's come together. Let's make education and skills relevant. The whole world is one family. And 22nd of March is the International Water Day. So that happens to be a Tuesday. So 2 days before, on Sunday, you will be meeting 75 international water management experts on a common platform as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. We are doing 75 international speakers level water management. Also, don't forget to join us. Today is Tuesday. We are telling you right now that coming Sunday, because every Sunday we have got non-resident Indians with us. And in the education sector, when you think about finance minister and thereafter the prime minister, they gave a lot of impetus and focus to digital university. What is going to be the concept of digital university in the new age? What are the opportunities? What are the challenges? You will have eminent leaders, eminent strategists. They all will come together globally and they will deliberate about it. They will tell us how the technology is going to bring revolution. Don't forget to join us on Sunday, 20th March at the same time, like today's webinar is going on, 8 to 9:30 p.m. You will have international speakers coming from the whole world talking about that. And tomorrow on Thursday, we will do the curtain raiser for Sunday's program. Do join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. where we do the curtain raiser for you. And every Friday, we talk about women empowerment. So reinstating the women rights webinar series. Do join us, master your emotions, because emotions are everything we all have to realize. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the opening page of our web portal. If you get a time, go through ICSI's web portal, International Chamber for Service Industry. So when you will go through, you'll come to know on the top itself, making education relevant, preparing global teachers. So as a part of 75 years celebrations of India, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we are going to soon bring for you international virtual conference. We will be talking about what all is needed, how to live with nature, how to save every drop of water, how the climate change is going to impact all of us, how waste to resource management to be done, how to turn carbon neutral, how to understand the cultural diversity of whole world, every country, and what is immersive learning experiences. This all you will have through us. Education and skills, head to heart and heart to hands. Also, Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council with us. We are going to bring together 75 top speakers, radio, television, theater, music, films, gaming, gamification, augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence. Everything we are going to bring together is going to be a full day virtual conference. We will invite you on that. This, of course, the Digital University already I have discussed with you. And also Sunday, don't forget to join us on 20th of March. This is your YouTube channel. And till date, we are completing or almost completed 1,496 webinars. So ladies and gentlemen, hearty welcome. Pleasure to have all of you with us. We learn, and we learn. We learn from each other. We learn every day. Join me in extending a very hearty welcome, a very warm welcome to Shri Bhupinder Ranjanji and Shri Sumit Giriji. We extend them a very warm welcome. It's a pleasure to have both of them with us today. And we would request Bhupinder Ranjanji to kindly introduce himself briefly and thereafter share his vision. What does he think about how the world to be shaped, how the trainers, master trainers, educators, education ecosystem, technology, digital, the vision of Honorable Prime Minister, making India 5 trillion economy. And of course, women are playing very important role for all of us. And after Bhupendra ji, we will have Sumit Giriji, and we would request him to speak. And thereafter, we will have few questions which we will take up from the YouTube channel where the program is going live. If anybody has got any question, you can pose it over there. And then we will have the second round. With these words, we extend a very warm welcome to Bhupendra Rajanji and Sumit Giriji.
Good evening to the Indians, and a pleasant day to the people from the West and the East. At the onset, I must thank Major Sharma sir for introducing and giving me this opportunity to express my views on training, and also to ICSI and MEPSC. In fact, I'm doubly thankful to MEPSC, as I'm a trainer who was taught by MEPSC. I got my TOT, that's train the trainer. That was sometimes last year. And before I go further, I just introduce myself. So you know that, in fact, I'm not a academician, or I'm not in teaching. I am presently in a business. I'm an entrepreneur. I started my career in the Indian Air Force as a frontline bomber crew. And from there, after about 21 years, I left and I joined the corporate world. I served in the corporate world for 15 years in the marketing and service marketing field. And then I started on my own. I started a event management company by the name of Global Nexus, on which I'll touch a little, and an NGO. Global Nexus was started in 2006 and the NGO in 2012. And the NGO is for spreading the word around about entrepreneurship and innovation. Right. Before I move any further, I'll ask you a question. And that question is, as a trainer, which is the most important skill you must have? Now, I'll give you a minute or two to think. In the meantime, if some of you want, you can punch in your answers, and Major Sharma will tell us which is the most widely given answer for that. Okay, coming back to my own introduction. So I've been running an event management company now. And as far as the training goes, and my qualifications, I'm an MSc, MBA, and I thought of doing my PhD also. So I'm a PhD student also. This is my second attempt for it. Hopefully this time I'll complete. And I did my master's back in 1997. That's after leaving the Indian Air Force, and while I was in the corporate world. And then I found that the most important thing in learning was, you learn more by teaching. And there I have one saying for a few of you, that is, in learning, you will teach. In learning, you will teach, and in teaching, you will learn. And that's what I thought I should follow. And while I was, after my MBA, of course, I started teaching early morning classes, or as a visiting lecturer, or late evening classes. And I did this for quite a few years. And fortunately, now I am with the IMA, All India Management Association. I'm a life member. I'm a life member of ISTD and a trainer there. IMA, they graded me as a management trainer, and of course, TOT by MEPSC. Right, and I'm related to IGNU also for question papers and setting. I'd made some booklets earlier, but presently it's a correction of the parents. Right, coming back, I'll briefly introduce, I'm waiting for the answers from you, and then I'll take that question up, because my aim is, I'm not going to touch the total sector of training and the training skills. I mean, maybe there are a large number of more able people who could do it, or academicians, or who've been in training for a very long time. In fact, they've spent a few years, tens of years in training, and they're better people. So I like to touch only one skill, and that skill is what I would like you to remember all your life, and it's going to pay you. Okay, Coming back to what I do, I mean, coming to the training aspect, Global Nexus. Global Nexus, it's an event management firm. What we do is we take interns also, because I said I must pay back to the society at this stage. So we take event management interns, and I do not put them at one desk throughout. It's a 3 months internship. I do not put them like most of the other places I've seen. They put them at one desk or one little job, and the company gains and the student doesn't gain anything except for the certificate. And unfortunately, a lot of students look only for the certificate. What I say is, why I tell all these students or interns to move from one desk to another desk. Starting with operations in events is very important. Operations, then slowly I tell them finance. See, this is one thing I've seen. Most of the students who've come out after graduation and masters in event management, they don't know how to make an invoice. They don't know about the costing of the equipment. They don't know how to pitch for event. That is the unfortunate part. Okay. And the third thing is, I ask them to do, if they can do social media, go in for social media marketing. That's again a very big thing. And physical marketing, if they can do. Then I like to take them out for meetings, if possible. I mean, if they are the types who would like to go out, some people say, look, especially the girls, that we like to only be back office work, fine with me. But otherwise, I like them to go out in the market and learn for themselves. So at the end of it, they are totally trained as an event manager. And maybe after a few years of training, with this at the back of their mind, they can start an entrepreneur of their own. And that's where I come in with my second company, NGO, second one, that's NGO, Arise NGO. We started off Arise NGO to spread the word around about entrepreneurship, because there was a lot of skill training going on in India, not too much, but there was still training. And after the training, each one was looking for a job. Unfortunately, the government has restricted number of jobs, the corporate has restricted number of jobs, but there is the service industry. What we're talking of. See, ICSI represents service industry. Service industry requires skilled people, but they require entrepreneurs also. So if you're a skilled person and you can start your own company or start a small business from your home itself, you will gain a lot, and so will the world, so will the country. And today you see the skill development is going ahead like anything, and so is entrepreneurship. In fact, this year I was reading I think they got about 22 companies which have become billion-dollar companies. $1 billion, how much? I think about 7,500 crores or 75,000, whatever is it. You can add these zeros. Now that is the amount, and those people are, most of them are starters. Most of them are beginners, what they call. They started their startup, and today they are billionaires. If they can do it, why can't any of you do it? So learning a skill, of course, is most important. Yeah, coming back to, so that's what we do in Arise. We do work for spreading the word around, and we do a lot of work on innovation and creativity. Right, coming back to the question I asked, and then I'll take that up, is what is the most important skill that you as a teacher, and otherwise also you as an individual, whether you're a trainer or a teacher, or maybe like me, I have been a trainer in the Air Force. I was in the flying branch, but I was a trainer also. And then I said, I can't let training go away, and I love it. So I started teaching after my MBA, because those are marketing subjects. There in the defense, they're the totally different subjects. There were the aviation subjects, and of course, what we call as the officer-like qualities, building those up. Okay. So, Major sir, any feedback, any important or interesting answers?
People are writing communication skill.
Excellent. I think you hit the nail on the head. Communication is one of the most important skills, not only for a trainer, but more so for a trainer, because you are imparting knowledge, or what we call, you're in education sector. And in communication, I'll go a little step further. Okay, one step further.
There is another answer which has come from Arunachal. It is from Arunachal Pradesh. As a trainer, the most important skills we should have are technology skills, strong communication skills, organizational skills, adaptability skills, ability to access to everyone, employees, and advanced research skills.
Absolutely. Excellent answer. But I wanted only one answer, because in fact, you go to
Yes, yes.
10
It
gurus.
has come another one from Nagaland.
Yes, sir. Oh,
And
wonderful.
this reply has come from Nagaland all the way. And this reply is over here. What exactly is written? Adaptive skills. Adaptive skills.
Wonderful. I think
Adaptive.
each, or what I want to say here is there are 100% correct answers, but I'm going to talk on communications and the importance of communication skills. In fact, I'll tell you, you take 10 pundits or 10 gurus of training, and all 10 of them will give you 10 skills, and they would be different. I mean, there'll be some common skills and there'll be some different skills. Somebody may talk of creativity, somebody may talk of innovation, somebody may, communication, of course, is a must, and a few others. Okay, coming back to communication, why I am stressing on communications, and further, I'll go a little further, I'll break it down. Reason is that throughout the day, a trainer is communicating. Okay, he is trying to pass information, knowledge, or partner with the students. Maybe they're doing physical training, talking, or could be some modeling, or could be some practicals, whatever. But he is in touch with the trainees. Further, I would say, yes, communication is very important. But can I break it down a little more by saying marketing? Now, you may ask me, what does marketing got to do with training? You see, it's like this. I'll give you a typical example. Okay. Or I'll tell you an anecdote, which is a true thing. It happened in 70s. And I know this person very well. He was my cousin. I'll not discuss it anymore about the personal side, but this man landed up in Bombay and he had no money with him, but a very, very smart person. And he could speak very well, he could communicate very well, but he had a little thing in his mind. So he didn't have straight thinking. So he said how to make money quickly. He looked around Bombay and then he got a very smart idea. What he did is, one day he hired a truck. He had got some poly bags, roughly around 3,000 poly bags of 1 kg material in it, printed. Excellent cleaning material in Marathi. Usne print kara because this was in Bombay. He got that printed and apna wo ingredient thoda thoda dal diya. Then he went with the labor. He went to the seaside. Beach pe chale gaye. There he filled up all these packets with a kg of sand. Okay, he told them, by itna sand dalo ek mein, he was in no hurry to, he had no time to wait and all. He said, itna sand beach mein dal do. And before they put it, what he did is, in a heap of, say 100 kgs of sand, whatever, he used to sprinkle a little 1 or 2 or 3 chemicals in it. Those chemicals, nobody knew what they were. And in fact, maybe that was also a fake thing, that he wanted to show the laborers that there is something addition being put in the sand. And he packed them, he sealed them right there. And he took the truck and made it stand in a very busy place. And Bombay has millions of people around 4:30 when the factories close, moving from their factories to the local trains. And that is where he parked his truck. And as the officers closed, he was there shouting with his PA system, that is the walkie-talkie, that in Marathi, the best cleaning material for working women, best cleaning material for the working women, just 1 rupee for a month, 1 rupee for a month. And there he started selling, and you wouldn't believe, within about an hour, he sold the whole truck of sand. But that's what I said. Please don't take this example, but see the importance of marketing. And that is what I say, that whatever you have with you, see, each trainer has to sell his package. Whether you're selling it to a business person, you go to a company and sell your package, whether or to a training institution, or to the students. Okay, you are a trainer in an institute. What happens? You're going into the class, or you're going into the lecture hall. And what do? You have to deliver a lecture. Now, that is where the marketing skill comes in. First, you should know what these students are looking for. In the school, I remember there were classes that none of us liked it. Or if the teacher was not strong, we used to make fun of the teacher. And lot of times you would believe, one or two teachers, they walked out of the class and we lost the class, but we were students, we enjoyed it. Okay, so if that lady knew, so this is from, marketing, that you should be able to market your product. Then coming down further is negotiation skills. I personally feel that is one of the most important skills for a trainer and for anybody else. That's what I said. Maybe we out of generally Major Sab would mention the number of people, that there would be over 1,000 people attending, or maybe more or less, somewhere around that, or maybe more. 1,000 people attending, and most of you would be trainers or would be trainers. So negotiation skills anywhere and everywhere it'll pay. Why? I would just give you an example that you have an excellent package. You have an excellent delivery. But when you have to go and sell the package to somebody, after all, you made a package and you want to go and sell, your boss says, "No, yaar, this is not the right package." You go to a company, you want to sell it, the company says, "Listen, this is not my requirement." Now, this is where your negotiation skills come in, that you should be able to convince him that with this little change, it'll be suiting you very well. I'll give you a typical example. You go to a company and the company says, "Listen, I want this package." You present the package and you say, "It's a 6-month training. I'll be requiring Saturdays, Sundays, or maybe Fridays, Saturdays, 2 hours in the evening. And I'll be able to cover so many people in 6 months' time." The general manager or the CEO of that company says, "Sorry, 6 months is too long a period. I can't spare people for 6 months." So if you're able to negotiate, maybe you can tell him, "Okay, we'll cut out, this package has something for the seniors and all, we can take it off." Or if you are a very smart negotiator, you can say, "Why not we do one thing, sir? Break it up into 3 portions. 2 months, 2 months, 2 months. So you will have the training going on for that person every year or every 6 months. I take 2 months and then give a break of 6 months. And that 2 months can always become, you also gain, because that 2 months can become 2 months and a week ahead." So that is it. Then if you're in a class, you go to a class and the students, some of them would be, maybe some trainers could be very senior also. I did my TOT last year and I was in my early 70s. Okay. Now I'm doing my PhD. So maybe some of the students or even some of the naughty students may say, "Madam, aaj or sir, aaj mood nahi hai padhne ka. I'm not in a mood to learn today." Now you have to negotiate with them. You have to tell them, "Look, don't worry. I'll make the subject very interesting, number one. And let's do one thing. It's a 45 minutes. I will finish it in 25 minutes and then balance 20 minutes. Let's do some quizzing on this subject." So both are learning. Number one, what you've done is you've tried to cover a 45 minutes lecture in 25 minutes, but then what you do introduces, you introduce some quizzing. And that is where, of course, your communication, under that, you were able to market your product well to the students and they bought it. And the last is you were able to negotiate with them. You see, at the end of it, not a penny of lecture should go waste. It cannot happen that you go, and especially factory workers, if you're taking some program with them, they all are overworked, they're already there. They've already put in 6 hours of hard work, and then you want them to sit in the class for 2 hours. Frankly speaking, you'll find that, and it's a very well-known thing, that you can get, just by talking, you can get the attention of a person for about 3 minutes. After that, he starts thinking of something else. Now, you have to be innovative to understand the student first. That way, you have to be very smart and then communicate with them accordingly and negotiate with them that this is what I'll do, this is what I'll do, and this should be fine with you. So if they're with you for 2 hours, a person who's already tired out, so you see to it that you're able to negotiate with them that they are interested in the program all 2 hours. And of course, you have to use, as they say, and I think one of them pointed out, creativity is a must, innovation is a must in all these things. Right. I just take another minute or two in saying that, coming back to the skills, there are certain basic skills, or we call it the life skills or the general skills, which each one must develop. Of course, communication is one of the most important out of that. That's what I said, communication, marketing, and of course, negotiations, that can be used everywhere, but as a teacher also. And let me tell you, till the time you can sell, sell your product, there's no point in having a product. And in fact, they've been, you must have heard of people who are great scientists, and whatever they said, that was not accepted, and they were finished off. They were even eliminated by the kings there. And finally, after a few hundred years, you realize that the theory they gave us was the correct theory. Today also, if there's a good scientist who has done very good research, can't sell it, there you are. And on the other side, there's a startup has an idea and is able to produce that product and go and sell it fast. If you can sell your product, be the first one to go and sell your product, there you are, you've already captured half the market. And that is for training also, that you have to be very smart at that. So there are the general skills, and of course, special skills. Special skills are for each and every, like for the trainer, there'll be the training skills, the environment, what are the training aids you can use, what are the other things you can use. But general skills, you must develop also, as it says that learning and teaching and learning go along. You should see to it that the students also learn it. I mean, there is no harm in, as we always say, you must have a joke crack once in a while in a lecture and let them feel a little relaxed. There's a break also. After a few minutes, if you can give them a break, excellent. Otherwise, what will happen? You continue boring them. Same thing about maybe telling a story. Storytelling is, of course, communication, but if you can tell them a story related with that, again, it'll become interesting. Because the minute you say, okay, friends, I'm going to tell you a story, each one's ears will be directed towards you. Right. With that, I think I'll pass on the baton to Mr. Giri, and over to Major Saab, and thank you so very much. And
thank you.
After the session, I think we'll have enough time to take up questions.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhupendra ji.
Thank you, sir.
Hearty welcome to Mr. Sumit Giri, and do join us from Haryana. We extend you a very warm welcome. Kindly share your
Thank you, sir. So thank you so much, sir. I'm really privileged and honored to be part of this platform in this discussion. Definitely, it's been so much of things to learn, especially when we are getting people from so versatile age group and experiences. So I'm really honored, and I'm thankful to ICSI and MEPSC for making me actually come on this platform and share my thoughts. So जैसा कि सर ने भी बताया, हम चर्चा भी कर रहे थे कि हम कैसे इस इकोसिस्टम में आए और हम लोगों ने कैसे काम शुरू किया. सो मैं एक ऑपरेशन बैकग्राउंड से आता हूँ, एंड जब मैंने ज्वाइन किया कंपनी को, तो ऑपरेशंस देखता था. 4 एलिमेंट्स हैं जिंदगी के जो मुझे बहुत मतलब मुझे मेरे लाइफ को वो हैपनिंग बनाते हैं और मेरे दिल के सबसे करीब हैं, और वो मैं आप लोगों से शेयर करना चाहूंगा. उसमें है प्लांटेशन, प्रेजेंटेशन, ट्रेनिंग एंड माय फैमिली. एक्चुअली ये चारों एलिमेंट्स ऐसे हैं जो मेरे दिल के बहुत करीब हैं, और मैं बहुत ही इजीली इसमें बैलेंस बना लेता हूँ, और कितना भी व्यस्त रहूं, इन चारों के लिए मैं बहुत अच्छा खासा समय निकाल लेता हूँ. मैं जैसा मैंने बताया, आई स्टार्टेड माय करियर इनटू ऑपरेशंस. मैं पिछले 9 सालों से स्किल इंडिया मिशन पे काम कर रहा हूँ. बहुत छोटे लेवल से शुरुआत करी थी, अंडरस्टैंडिंग द वेरियस एलिमेंट्स ऑफ इकोसिस्टम, एंड फिर मैंने धीरे धीरे ट्रेनिंग स्टार्ट कर दी, टीम ट्रेनिंग जिसको हम कहते हैं कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में. बहुत जल्दी लेकिन मुझे ये रियलाइज हो गया कि अपने स्किल्स और अपने नॉलेज को एक चैनल देना बहुत जरूरी है एज पर द नेशनल ऑक्यूपेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स. Thereafter, I joined the programs organized by MEPSC, and I became the trainer, and I aligned my thought process, my understandings, and my skills as per the national occupation standards, what we call as the qualification pack. And उसके बाद फिर मैंने मास्टर ट्रेनर के लिए परस्यू किया, एंड देन आई बिकेम द लीड असिस्टेंट. सो बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग जर्नी रही, एंड मुझे ये प्रोफाइल बहुत पसंद है बिकॉज आई लव इंटरेक्टिंग विद पीपल, आई लव इंटरेक्टिंग विद वेरियस स्टेक होल्डर्स ऑफ इकोसिस्टम. चूंकि हमारी जो चर्चा है वो आज ट्रेनर पर है, एंड द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ ट्रेनर इन एजुकेशन एंड द स्किल इकोसिस्टम. और जैसा कि मैं ग्राउंड में भी मैंने कई बार देखा है ट्रेनर्स को और उनके अलग अलग कॉम्पिटेंसीज को, और हमने काफी बार सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल के साथ बैठ के मेजर भी किया है। और जैसा भूपेंद्र सर कह रहे थे कि हर ट्रेनर ना अलग अलग क्वालिटीज बताते हैं, उनकी कॉम्पिटेंसीज बताते हैं, एंड इट्स वेरी ट्रू। कोई भी क्लोज ब्रैकेट नहीं है किसी की कॉम्पिटेंसीज को डिफाइन करने का। बट जैसा सर ने भी बोला था और मेजर गुलशन ने भी बोला था कि कुछ स्किल सेट ऐसे हैं, स्पेशली आज के टाइम में जब हम बिल्कुल एक नए वर्ल्ड में एंटर कर चुके हैं ऑलरेडी पैंडेमिक के बाद, जहां पर एज एन ट्रेनर हमें प्लेटफॉर्म स्किल्स आना बहुत जरूरी है। हमें पता होना चाहिए, सी वी ऑल आर डोमेन ट्रेनर्स, बट हमें ये भी पता होना चाहिए हाउ टू कंडक्ट अ ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम। Unless and until we are not good at the platform skills, the conduct of the training program, it won't be a very powerful and impactful training program. साथ ही साथ सर ने भी बताया था कि टेक्निकल स्किल्स बहुत जरूरी है। ये हम ब्लेंडेड मॉडल में एंटर कर रहे हैं, जहां पर टेक्निकलिटी एक बहुत बड़ा स्कोप है, एंड एज अ ट्रेनर वन मस्ट बी वेरी मच हैंडी इन टेक्निकल स्किल्स। इंटरपर्सनल एंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल बताए तो वो भी हमने चर्चा की कि भाई खुद को ऑर्गेनाइज करना बहुत जरूरी है। सी एज अ ट्रेनर यू हैव गॉट अ मल्टीपल टास्क, और हम स्किल डोमेन में तो अब ये कह रहे हैं जैसे जैसे समय बीत रहा है, जो रोल्स एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हैं और जो टास्क हैं ट्रेनर्स, मास्टर ट्रेनर्स के, वो बहुत ज्यादा डाइवर्सिफाइड हो गए, बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गए। सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अ गुड ट्रेनर टू गेट ऑर्गेनाइज्ड। एंड इंटरपर्सनल इज समथिंग, आप कैसे कनेक्ट करो अपने लर्नर्स से। समटाइम दे वी फाइंड अ वेरी गुड ट्रेनर, बट प्रॉब्लम क्या होती है, वो लर्नर्स के लेवल तक नहीं पहुंच पाते, एंड वहां पर वो इंटरपर्सनल स्किल मिस कर जाता है। वोकेशनल स्किल्स की बात करेंगे तो कॉन्सेप्ट्स की बात करना बहुत जरूरी है। इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू फॉर अ ट्रेनर टू हैव अ क्लियर कॉन्सेप्ट इन हिज माइंड, देन ओनली ही कैन इम्पार्ट दोस कॉन्सेप्ट्स टू द लर्नर्स। एंड जैसा सर ने बताया था कि लर्निंग इज ट्रेनिंग एंड ट्रेनिंग इज लर्निंग। So it's absolutely fine, because if you're training and if your concepts are clear, definitely you are learning and you are also imparting the same information and knowledge to your learners. Moving forward, there's n number of trainers' responsibilities, but I'll specify I'll focus my discussion to the vocational training. See, education and skills के बीच में जो gap है, ये बहुत दिनों से भरा जा रहा है, and thankfully we are in a place, जैसा कि बताया भी गया कि national education policy भी आ गई, where vocational education has got an entry at 6th class. एंड इसके पहले भी हम एनएसक्यूएफ स्कूल प्रैक्टिकल असेसमेंट्स कराते थे, बट दैट वाज कन्फाइंड टू द गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स इटसेल्फ। बट अगर हम वोकेशनल की बात करें तो एक ट्रेनर को प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज होना और प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज ऑन स्किल्स एंड अवेयरनेस देना बहुत जरूरी है। बिकॉज सी, जब तक हम स्किल्स की बात नहीं करते, यही डिफरेंस एक स्किल और एक असेसमेंट्स एंड एग्जामिनेशंस में। हम जब स्किल की बात करते हैं, जब असेसमेंट्स की बात करते हैं, तो हम बात करते हैं तीनों चीजों की, जैसे दैट इज हमारा स्किल, हमारे हमारे नॉलेज, हमारे थ्योरी, सब है। इसके साथ साथ ट्रेनर के लिए बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी होती है फीडबैक सिस्टम, एक प्रॉपर नेटवर्क बनाना फीडबैक सिस्टम का, जिससे कि बहुत आसानी से ये समझा जा सके कि हमने सिखाया क्या, और हमने जो सिखाया क्या वो रिलेवेंट था। और साथ ही साथ असेसमेंट्स करते हैं तो हमें फॉर्मेटिव असेसमेंट्स हमें इमीडिएटली पता चल जाता है कि भाई लर्नर्स का लेवल क्या था, उन्हें उन्हें जो हमने टॉपिक सिखाया वो उन्हें समझ में आया, या फिर हमें अपने कंटेंट में किस चीजों की अमेंडमेंट्स की जरूरत है। रोल में यस, बहुत सारे रोल्स हो सकते हैं, बट आई हैव गॉट अ 4 वेरी मेजर रोल्स जो कि मैं हर ट्रेनिंग में रीटरेट करता रहता हूँ। दैट अ ट्रेनर मस्ट ऑलवेज इंस्पायर द लर्नर्स। अगर आप अपने जॉब से खुश हैं, इफ यू आर हैप्पी ट्रेनर, देन डेफिनेटली यू आर इंस्पायरिंग एंड यू आर मोटिवेटिंग द लर्नर्स। इसके साथ साथ आपको डायरेक्शनल होना पड़ेगा, थॉट प्रोसेस में डायरेक्शनल होना पड़ेगा, दे सकते हैं अपने लर्नर्स को। एंड साथ ही साथ जो बहुत जरूरी है वो है आपको अवेयर रहना होगा, अपग्रेड रहना होगा, और आपको अपने लर्नर्स को भी अवेयर करते रहना होगा। So with this, we will be just making a selection process. जब हमने बात की कि how this role is, trainers का role is, so it becomes very important कि इनका selection process भी बहुत robust होना चाहिए, बहुत ही स्ट्रक्चर्ड प्रोग्राम होना चाहिए। क्योंकि सी, हम जैसे लर्नर्स चाहते हैं, जैसा हम मैन पावर चाहते हैं, वो डिपेंड करता है हमारे ट्रेनर पे। अगर ट्रेनर ने अच्छी ट्रेनिंग दी है, then I'm pretty sure कि competencies जो होती हैं learner की वो enhance हो जाती हैं और उससे मदद मिलती है upskilling में. So it is important to have a focused module also as per the occupation standard, and we are thankfully we have got all the things, and I'm really happy that I'm part of this initiative from MEPSC Council, where they are putting where they have a very robust mechanism. They have got a very focused module which we call as the qualification pack, एंड जहां पर आपको एग्जैक्टली बताया जाता है, ब्रीफ जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन दी जाती है, आपको बताया जाता है कि आपके परफॉर्मेंस क्राइटेरियाज क्या हैं, उस पर्टिकुलर जॉब रोल को करने के लिए आपको किन किन ऑक्यूपेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स या आपकी पर्सनल एट्रीब्यूट्स की क्या जरूरत है, ये सारी बातें जो है वो MEPSC ने ऑलरेडी स्ट्रक्चर कर दी है. और जैसा कि मैंने बताया था, मैंने खुद को भी अपने आप को भी ऐसे स्ट्रक्चर किया, अलाइन किया इस प्रोग्राम के थ्रू. सो एक थॉट प्रोसेस मैं देना चाहूंगा टू सम अप माय डिस्कशन इज व्हाट कुड बी द अपकमिंग ट्रेनिंग इकोसिस्टम. एंड जैसा कि मेजर गुलशन ने ऑलरेडी बताया सर कि ब्लेंडेड मॉडल, हम एक एक नए एरा में एंटर कर चुके हैं, जहां पर हमने कोविड पैंडेमिक में भी लर्न की हाउ वर्चुअल थिंग्स आर एक्चुअली वर्किंग ऑन ग्राउंड. Even we are meeting together on a virtual platform. So definitely I have already suggested it on a various platforms that like skill ecosystem must incorporate a blended model system, जहां पर asynchronous learning and synchronous learning को साथ मिलाना चाहिए, along with the online facilitation of the trainer and the on the job practical. This is going to be the future of Skill India, and I wish everyone a good luck, and I'm really privileged to be part of this Skill India mission. This is a small summation from my side, sir. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you to Bhupendra ji. Thank you to Sumit ji. Both of them, they have given wonderful inputs to us, and it's really something very interesting. Now, over here, before we have the closing remarks from both the speakers and we wind up and we close the session, I just wish to tell that during the first wave, we had lots of challenges that time. Nobody was knowing even Zoom, how it became popular. Nobody was knowing. People only knew Jhoom Barabar, Jhoom Sharabi song, but nobody knew about Zoom. People were knowing about Google, Microsoft, Cisco, and all other platforms, but Zoom was, and nobody knew that Zoom will facilitate you so much and it will become a leader, particularly when you will be using the EdTech platforms. Okay. Coming on, we lost a lot of people in the second wave. And one of the noble, very thoroughly, I would say, who was glued with the skills and education ecosystem in schools, institution, that was Sir Ken Robinson. I lost him. He has got more than 4,000 videos on the YouTube. And one of the things he asked always, what is the purpose of education? What is the purpose of education? Now, few things very important. Sir Ken Robinson says that there are 4 purposes of education. You have got economic purpose. हर एक माँ बाप चाहता है कि मेरे बच्चे का रोजगार जितनी जल्दी हो सकता है लग जाए. My child should start earning. चाहे अपना काम धंधा शुरू करे या किसी के लिए काम करे. But that is the first purpose. He says economic purpose. Secondly, he says there is a cultural purpose. Third, he says there is a social purpose. And the fourth, he says, there is a personal purpose. Why do I acquire this skill? Why do I understand this subject? And why do I get this competency? Sir Ken Robinson, we lost. There's another gentleman who has done a tremendous and a wonderful work in this field. That is Dr. Sugata Mitra. Dr. Sugata Mitra, again, from the Massachusetts, ITI, IIT Delhi, and then in IIT, and a couple of other verticals. When you go through, one of his videos is a mind-blowing, and which is hole in the wall. Hole in the wall. He fitted 2 computers in one wall, no teacher around, nobody around, and he fitted the camera on the top, and the villagers, you know, the boys and girls from the village background, they just came, They fiddled with those two computers. They did some permutation combination. After 1 month, when they captured the complete data analysis and synthesized, they were amazed that teachers need not to supervise all the time. By birth, the human beings are creative, curious, and they are interested to learn and relearn and uplearn and upskill themselves. Now coming a question over here. When we talk about trainers, master trainer, and very interesting thing which Bhupendraji mentioned initially was something very amazing. Teacher is a learner also, and learner is a teacher also. That was something fantastic which he made a mention over there, because we have done almost this Sunday we will be completing 1,500 webinars. More than 12,000 speakers have come, because we have done conferences where 100 people had been talking in a one day, 5 minutes each, just to get the perspective of the world. And something which has come over here is very important, that we all have to understand what is the future of education. Skills are going to be more important than curriculum and the academics and hardcore subjects. And Bhupendraji and Sumitji both use the term soft skills, life skills, future skills. Now, when you go through the World Economic Forum, they say whatsoever we are teaching today or whatsoever we are learning today, whether it would remain relevant tomorrow or not by the time we will pass out from the educational institutions. So much of data is coming, so much of information is coming, that it is becoming mind-blowing how to synthesize that data, what to keep, what to learn, what to relearn, what to uplearn, what to reskill, what to upskill. There's so much of challenge. Over here, data is the new oil. And anybody who can play with the data very well, they would be holding a lot of big forts in future. Today, you had a wonderful views on marketing also, on communication also, on negotiation also, on events also. And I was laughing and I was feeling very happy, because during my tenure from the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, I was given a troupe of 150 people. That time, Ministry of Tourism and Ministry of Civil Aviation used to be together. They were not two separate ministries. And these 150 people, they were there to take on the entire thing to project India's tourism abroad in different countries, traveling to different destinations, art, craft, culture, heritage, cuisine, dances, music, anything you can name it, all that was packed together to give the country's feeling, because India has got lots of varieties and lots of packaging which is done. You are having a Holi coming, which is colors, and India has got different colors. India has got different canvas. India's colors having on one canvas so many colors. There's such a rich canvas, and there's so much to learn from each other. Finally, before going and we closing the session today, 1 minute each if we can take, I would be very happy. Children, those are interested to go for the event management 3 months internship to the Global Nexus, you can go to Shri Bhupendra Ranjanji. I'm pretty sure some of the young boys and girls, those are interested, because for me, events is a mice industry. And that is your concept and your event planning, event marketing, event management, event evaluation, and finally seeing so many things which has to be done. So ladies and gentlemen, let's take a thread from both of them, that children, those are interested to be successful as an entrepreneur tomorrow, what would you like to tell them? Because there are challenges, there is a struggle, there are difficulties, there are bottlenecks, there are problems, but there is a silver lining also. and the sun is also shining, and the sun rays which are falling on the moon, they are also bringing lot of illumination and lot of light over there. So Bhupenderji, what would you like to tell the younger generation? Let's have your views for a minute, and then we go to Sumitji.
Sure. So thank you. Yeah, in fact, entrepreneurship is very close to me, and so is creativity. And I would say anybody who wants to be an entrepreneur, of course, there are a lot of things that he must have in him. सबसे पहले तो कहते हैं कि जिगर होना चाहिए. You should be able to take the risk. You know, today, maybe today, I mean, we're talking of school-going children or the college students. You know, you are dependent on your parents, but the day you start working, you should be on your own. Okay. Now, if you're on own and on a salary job, then what happens is you are dependent on the salary. The minute you want to start something on your own, your salary is gone. So you have to be very sure that you can take that amount of risk. So I would say each and every person should become an entrepreneur. But try and see that agar aapka wo jigar hai ki list, you can go ahead, you can become a billionaire. I mean, and it's there in the papers today. I think last year we had around, in India itself, got about 70, 80 billionaires. And this year, it's just March, I think they're already over 22 billionaires, and they're all startups. Okay, coming back to, you know, one of the most important things, even for the trainers, we're talking of training, I talked of mainly communication, because I said I would want only one thing. I'd like to stress on one thing, and in case the teachers, the trainers believe in that yes, communication skills, and in communication we go down to marketing and we go down to negotiation skills. However, if you want to be an entrepreneur and even a good trainer, see, we must be very sure creativity is very, very important. Innovation is very important. In fact, there was a talk on by Vicky, organized in Taj, Hotel Taj, and I was one of the speakers, and I stressed on this bit. I said, creativity and innovation is most important, and that should start not at the level of a trainer, but it should start, the trainer should see that even a 1 year or 3 year old or 6 year old child becomes innovative. I'll give you, if I have another minute or so, I'll give you a typical example. My granddaughter, she's in USA, and she was in the in a 5th year or 6th year, and in the class they told her about a small product, that spring-loaded product, that they had a tiny ball, and they first ping pong ball, they told the kids to paint it, make it a Humpty Dumpty, and then they gave this equipment. They said, okay, I mean, for you it's already made up, but we'll do it, and there is this spring, can you feel it? He said, yes. He said, you press it and then you leave it and it expands. And what happens now, if you put a ball on it, it'll just go up. So they put it in the ball, put that in the doofer and put the ball on top, and they said, okay, now we release it, and the ball went up. So now this is great. And then they asked the students, have you seen this somewhere else? A 5-year-old kid says, yes, teacher, I've seen it with my brother. His gun is loaded with the spring. And ideas came up, and they started thinking. So if that's what I said, that creativity for an innovator, for an entrepreneur is a must, and for a trainer also, that you have to be creative. If he can make the lesson as interesting as possible by having the video going on, the storytelling, I mentioned storytelling is very important, a joke in a break, or maybe take them out for learning. The history students go, geography students go. Major sir just mentioned that he had 150 people. They want to tell the whole world. In fact, what were they doing? Educating the world about India. It was a whole set. So innovation, creativity for an entrepreneur is a must. And of course, besides the other thing, jigar hai, it has to be, you have to be a team player, in the sense is you are a leader. You have to lead them, but you have to see that you are a part of the team and you lead the team very well. I think I've taken a minute or two extra. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Maybe request Sumit ji.
Yeah. Absolutely, sir. You are absolutely right that जिगर के साथ साथ imagination, innovation बहुत जरूरी है. I would just like to add one more point is अपने interest area को identify करना, फिर अपने skills को carve out करना और उसको upskill करना. उसके बाद फिर जो जिगर है फिर खुद को झोंक दो, try करो, let's see. क्योंकि अपने आप को आई ऑलवेज बिलीव कि एवरीवन मस्ट ट्राई इन मतलब वंस और ट्वाइस इन अ लाइफ कि मैं भी एक एंटरप्रेन्योर बन सकता हूँ। हम तो इस डिपार्टमेंट से आते हैं जहाँ पर वी आर प्रमोटिंग एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एंड हम क्रिएटिविटी इनोवेशन पे बात करते हैं। एंड इट्स समेशन इज वेरी सिंपल, इज आप खुद के स्किल्स को पहचानो, उसे अलाइन करो, अपस्किल करो खुद को, और उसके बाद बस लग जाओ मेहनत में, फोकस डायरेक्शन में।
Thank you. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Pleasure to have both of you with us. And before we close the session today, I would just like to touch on one of the points finally. We must have heard about AVGC because Honorable Prime Minister also made a mention, and it was there in the budget also. Honorable Finance Minister, she made a mention. We say education should bring happiness. There should be a humor. There should be a fun. There should be a stimulation. There should be a laughter. There should be a games. There should be a music. There should be dancing. So AVGC, when we are talking about, it has got a great skill linkages for the future. A is for the animation, V is for the visual effect, G is for the gaming, and last C is for comics. हम चंदा मामा पढ़ते थे, विक्रम बेताल पढ़ते थे, मालगुडी डेज पढ़ते थे, उसके बाद बहुत सारी चीजें आई, और अब अगर आप देखें तो द न्यू सेक्रेटरी स्कूल एजुकेशन अनीता करवल जी, इफ यू हियर हर, शी से स्टोरी टेलिंग को एक स्टेज और आगे लेकर चलो, and that is called graphic novels. Graphic novels. Because when you put characters, when you bring life into that, so children, those are interested to make their skill as happiness, and they want to really enjoy, earn and learn and earn. Like Bhupender ji told, be a teacher and a learner and a teacher. And Sumit also gave a lot of valuable inputs to us. I'm pretty sure you all will continue your journey. You all will excel in your life. You'll do wonderful. Keep doing good job, whatever you're doing. Keep acquiring new skills because you got to upskill and reskill yourself, because World Economic Forum says those skills may not be existing today, which you would require by the time you will pass out from your schools and your colleges and institutions. So keep skilling, reskilling, and upskilling yourself. With these words, our deep gratitudes and thanks to Bhupender Rajanji and Sumit Giriji, and of course, my buddy